Good morning and welcome. Today, I'm going to talk to you about digital living and the changing nature on work and labor markets. I study organizations in a variety of settings, and one of the major gaps that technology is facing us up with are huge and massive changes in work, organizations, and labor markets. This is Max Weber, a German economist and a sociologist. Max Weber was actually fascinated by various organizational phenomena such as hierarchy and bureaucracy. Actually, Max Weber was the one to claim that organizations are the most important social phenomena of the 20th century. But is this claim actually true in our digital lives? What has been changed? Is it still true now that we're living in a digital era? Work today is driven by technology. This results in some amazing workforce changes. Did you know that a recent study posted in 2018 revealed that over 1/3 of American employees are actually freelance employees? This number is actually expected to rise to over 50% in 10 years down the line. Also, it is expected that people are investing more time in freelance work, and this survey revealed that Americans are spending over 1 billion hours per week doing freelance work. The millennials, of course, are leading this trend with 47% of freelance employees. So, is Weber's claim still relevant? What happens to this definition now that organizations are virtual and practically non-existent? Will they continue to play an important role in our lives? What is the future of work? This poses a paradox because we know today that organizations play a more remote role in our lives. So, despite this paradox, I will tell you that I believe that yes, but things will be very, very different. What we see today are more online labor markets. We are doing this through crowdsourcing platforms. Here are just a couple of examples. Crowdsourcing is a pretty good way to break down complicated projects and tasks into smaller and easier work to be done by crowds of experts over the internet. For example, Amazon's Mechanical Turk is a crowdsourcing marketplace on which people come on board, perform their work, and actually do it online. People are participating in survey participation, different types of activities that are online. Upwork and the Israeli company of Fiverr are online marketplaces that people actually join and do work with 5,000 skills that are posted annually in 70 categories of work. But what about more complex work? How can we work together on more complex projects? Will the current infrastructure of organizations help us in that sense? How is that done? So my colleague at Stanford University, Dr. Melissa Valentine, and her team proved that more complex work can be done in organizations we call flash organizations. What are the flash organizations? These are actually computationally guided teams that are performing various tasks, such as content creation and web development. These were actually proven to be pretty effective teams of work that do complex work. These are crowds of experts, and actually they proved, my colleagues in Stanford proved, that sort of a complex task like a movie production can be done within that type of an organization. This is my 9-year-old daughter, Noga. Noga is expected in 10 to 15 years to enter the labor market with her friends. Our research shows that when this happens, pretty good chances that they will experience very different work or arrangements. This is actually posing new opportunities as well as new threats and risks, which is a topic for a paper we just completed. In this project, we're actually analyzing millions of LinkedIn profiles via a startup company called Talenia, which some of you heard about yesterday, I think. And what we're actually doing is that we're analyzing these LinkedIn profiles, looking for skills of people, but not only about skills, it's also about social habits, like, am I a risk taker? Am I an adventurous person? Actually, within this project, bots are analyzing each and every LinkedIn profile to complete questions such as, can we map specific career maps? Can we predict a career path for individuals? We found that some of the answers for these questions is yes. In fact, when Noga enters the labor market, we expect that she will be using, we're analyzing these career maps, and we're seeing that we can find very interesting patterns. I think that Noga and her friends, when they enter the labor market, they will use something like we're using Waze or Google apps, but we call it a career map. And actually, the career map is a form that, let's say Noga is interested to being a CTO in a startup company. So she can ask her bot, what's the shortest and safest way for me to get there? And we figured that these technologies enabled by AI can help people in moving their career forward. By the way, not all the skills will be performed by bots. Still, some skills will be performed by people. So in any case, to summarize, I believe that each and every one of us, educators, innovators, policymakers, looking ahead to maximize human capital through education, can contribute by adjusting and embracing the change. How can we do this? First, by focusing on skill-based learning, which is the center of our education. Embracing the future of work by implementing state-of-the-art skill-centered education. I don't think you necessarily need to spend huge budgets on outdated educational systems, and practically I'm happy to be a part of an organization which is already embracing this change, as you heard by Professor Moyal. With this focus in mind, we can really move things forward, and I urge you to also invest in AI technologies in order to boost human capital, and I have no doubt that this way we can maximize the human potential both locally and globally and create a better future for our kids. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Hila Chalutz Bengal.